So this is an example of one of the trees that will be given away tomorrow morning. This here is a shoemart oak, and y'all can see that it is a we call this a plug seedling or a containerized seedling, and the reason is it has this really good dirt plug that's already, comes with the seedling. We already have an established root system in here. We don't have what we call a bare root seedling, and so these trees have a better chance of survival. You can see that it already can contribute to pretty good growth. This tree is only a year old and is already pushing close to 2.5, 3 feet tall. And so when it comes time to plant this tree, you would plant it like you normally would, like say if you buy annual flowers from your local home improvement store, and you want to put this dirt plug approximately half an inch above ground level. So my hand here will represent ground level, and so you want to have the plug up a little bit above it. The reason with that is if you plant the tree too deep and say you put your dirt level here, you're going to be affecting the root collar of the tree. Essentially you're burying it. You're putting the entire root system as well as the root collar underground. It's going to cause a lot of moisture. It's not going to be able to regulate its oxygen use and all that fun stuff. And it can result in the death of the tree. And so the surefire way to make sure that your tree is going to be healthy and be planted correctly is just to have this dirt plug right here, approximately half an inch above ground level. And then from there you can get a nice layer of mulch. You can get any bag mulch from any of your local home improvement stores will work. And just put your mulch in about, say, 1 to 2 foot diameter around the tree, and have it an inch thick or so, evenly all the way around. Don't do the volcano that we see in a lot of areas, to where you don't want to pile the mulch up next to the stem, because that's essentially doing the same thing as burying it too deep. And so once you have your tree planted like that, it's just occasional watering when we see periods of drought. We are starting to get into the dormant season, so it won't need as much water, but if you notice it getting a little dry, if we haven't seen rain in a couple days, go out there with a watering can and just put a little bit of water on it in the morning and the evening, and your tree will be more than happy. These trees are deciduous, other than our pine species, so you will notice that the leaves are going to turn yellow in fall. No worries, doesn't mean that your seedling is dying. It's just putting off, it's shedding its old leaves and getting ready to put new ones on in the spring. So when watering these trees, you want to have good soil moisture. You don't want saturation. So you don't want the tree to be standing in standing water, so to speak. So if you notice the soil is getting a little dry, if you water it, every morning and afternoon, you would only have to, say if you had a watering can, say a 1 gallon watering can, just put, maybe a half a gallon of water or something on it when you do those watering every single day. If you notice that especially if we get into the summer months and it's getting really dry and the soil, the dirt is always really dry and dusty, you would do some more watering because the tree is having to take up more of it. So it really depends on the time of year, the weather that we're seeing, but general rule of thumb is water it in the morning and in the evening when it's not as hot, and do say about a half a gallon of watering for these seedlings. As it grows older, more water is going to be needed.